Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I wanted to talk about why I stopped working. But before I get into the topic, I wanted to say make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have that notification bell on. I do go live mostly every single day, so make sure you guys are subscribed and you have that notification bell on. As well as I do like to have these questions out. This question is by this girl right here. Make sure you guys check her out. I will be posting polls up on my channel, so make sure you guys are checking me out to ask questions, and maybe I'll pick your question to be asked, to be answered. So let's get into this question, guys. So this question is why I stopped working. I actually talked about this a little bit in a previous video, but I did say I was going to come on and actually talk about it, so I'm happy that she brought this question up. So the main reason why I quit my job was because of drama with the job as well as drama at home. I was at the point where my living space and my workplace, which are the two main things, was toxic. I was in a really bad relationship at the time, and it was very, very unhealthy. So when I'm coming home from a toxic job, I'm also coming home to a toxic house, and it was just bad. And I had to let one go or both. No, actually I had to let both go, because if I let one go, I had to let go of the other one. And my first one I definitely wanted to get rid of was the relationship. However, I do have a son, and my son's father was the one that was bringing my son to and from daycare. Now, my job was about a 50-minute commute, and I was 100% fine with the commute because I wasn't taking my son to daycare. Now, if I had to take my son to daycare, I probably would have had to get up, an hour earlier than I was already getting up. I would get up every morning. I would say my alarm would go off 6:45 every morning. But my son would wake up around 6:30, so I was usually up every morning at 6:30. But if I was gonna have to take him to daycare, I probably would have to wake up at 5:45, which means I'm waking up my son. And that's what I didn't have to do. Nobody wants to wake up their kids, especially when it's not time for them to wake up, if that makes sense. My son is already an early person in general, so the fact that I had to wake him up out of his sleep, I really didn't want to do that. That was number one. Number two, I didn't want to be late for work. I was late for work right before I quit, maybe 2 to 3 times, and that's a lot for me, and especially because I was in management, that was bad. Being a supervisor and being the face of the business, it's bad that you're not even being an example. So I really started getting stressed out about that, and I started getting nitpicked at, of course, because like I said, I'm in management and they want somebody that they can rely on, and I couldn't. So that was another thing. I was like, yo, I'm not going to be able to come here on time when I already have a long commute, and then I have to bring my son to daycare and pick him up. The fact that I was getting off work at 5:30, and the daycare was super far, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So, and I couldn't, let me know down below, ladies and men, if you guys ever been in a relationship and you just couldn't make it work. It was not gonna work. Something had to give, and that some dramatic thing had to give, and that was my dramatic thing, was just leaving it alone completely. I had to leave it alone. But with me leaving that alone, I had to lose my job in the outcome. And I feel like my biggest thing was, it wasn't a 1, 2, 3 thing. I probably played this out for maybe 2 months, and that first month was, do I want to work after quitting this job? Because I love the company, but the coworkers were really toxic, and then the commute, that was the biggest thing. But that had nothing to do with the company. I really loved the company that I worked with, but it was just too much. And maybe if the commute, 100%, if the commute wasn't 50 minutes and more 20 minutes, but the people at the job were toxic, I would have stayed. But a toxic job, and it takes forever for you to get there, that's just too much for me. And I felt like I was putting a lot of things on the back burner because of the commute and because of the job. My weight loss was definitely put on the back burner, which is something I always do when I have other stuff going on. Another thing was getting my driver's license. That was a big goal for me in 2018, and it kept being put on the back burner because I didn't have time, or you know, I had more stuff to focus on. So that was really a hurting for me as well. Those are probably like the two main reasons why I left my job. I know the first month was really me contemplating, like, Keisha, do you really want to do this? This is a big move. I gave myself like a month and a half to like just think. And then the next 3 to 4 weeks was, what am I gonna do, as in money wise and things like that. And when I put those two things together, you know, I made my decision. Of course, I told my manager, and then she reached out to the district manager, and it was like a lot of things. It wasn't just like, okay, bye. Some of the coworkers were like that, and I was 100%, you know, whatever, and that made me leave. That made me want to leave even more. But when the district manager reached out to me and was very kind, that's when I, you know, I was like, you know, just because these people right here are being toxic, that doesn't mean the whole company is bad. And like I said, I was with this company for almost 3 years, and I never had an issue or anything like that. And I was actually, this position was a promotion. So like I said, I love the company, but this particular instance, it was really toxic, and I just couldn't. And it's crazy because since I've been there, 2 people left, two or three people left, and before I got there, 3 people left. So it's not like, you know, I'm just leaving and all this. No, it was a lot going on in the situation, and it was just too much for me. And as a result of all of this, you know, I've learned a lot. It's a life lesson, and I'm definitely, you know, ready to work. And you know, my relationship has definitely gotten a lot better. It's been almost 2 months now, so it's been like ups and downs, but like I said, it's gotten a lot better, and I'm just, you know, just ready to work again. And yeah, so that's probably the main reasons why I quit my job. So if you guys want to see more videos where I answer questions, definitely leave me some questions down below. I will shout you guys out, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.